supplements are all the rage, and one being talked about is magnesium. I have some in my drawer and I want to know if I should take it. So we're taking our questions about it to 9 News medical expert Dr. Payal Kohli. So first and foremost, what does magnesium do to our body? Why would you suggest, or maybe you don't, taking this supplement?
It's one of my favorite supplements, in fact.
Good.
It's one of the few that I actually recommend to patients. Over 300 functions, biochemical processes that magnesium is involved in. Everything from our brain health, to our bone health, to our muscle health, to our digestion, even to how we sleep, as well as our mood regulation.
Wow.
And as a cardiologist, I'm always telling my patients to take it, some of them that have arrhythmias and such. So it may make sense for many of us to think about supplementing magnesium, especially if you suffer from migraines, anxiety, fatigue, irritability, you have trouble sleeping, you have constipation, many of the common things that many of us have.
For sleeping, I think it works. I don't know, but there's so many out there on the market. Is there a certain kind, or is there something we should be looking for? Because there's a big price range too.
There is a price range. And I think the things to think about when you're picking a magnesium supplement is what you're using it for, what the absorption is, and also how much you're willing to spend. So magnesium glycinate, for example, a little more expensive, but it's better for anxiety and muscle relaxation. So if you're having muscle side effects, that's a good one. Citrate and oxide don't absorb very well. They sit mostly in the gut, so they're good for kind of a soft laxative effect where they can help a little bit with some of the other effects, but really mainly for GI effects. And then there's magnesium L-threonate, which is really good for nervous system function, and then magnesium malate, which is good for boosting your energy, because magnesium's also involved in making our cells turn food into energy.
I like all of those, because is there one that has one total magnesium?
So you honestly, Sam, you can't go wrong with any of them.
Oh,
so I would start with the cheaper one. So magnesium oxide is one of the less expensive options, even though it's less bioavailable. But when you're starting on a magnesium supplement, you want to start at a low dose because you want to minimize the side effects, and you want to make sure that you are counting how much daily magnesium you're getting in your diet. So we also get magnesium from food. It's an essential minerals like spinach and leafy greens and a lot of the things that we eat. So our total daily magnesium should be between 300 to 400 milligrams. Now, if we pop a pill, they come in 500 milligrams, and you shouldn't go over 350 really, but all of it is not absorbed. So if you started with magnesium oxide 500 milligrams, for example, for any of those type of benefits, you wouldn't go wrong with it. But the lower dose starting is probably less likely to cause side effects.
Okay, and when we talk about side effects, what are they?
So, it has got a laxative effect. So when people first start it, sometimes they notice a little bit of a loose stool. Some people who are very sensitive in their stomach or have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, can get nausea or stomach upset. Most of my patients that take it don't have any side effects. Now remember, it helps with anxiety, and so it can be a little bit sedating. So I recommend that people take it at bedtime or close to bedtime, not in the middle of the day, because it can actually take that edge away and make you feel perhaps a bit too calm. If you are going to take it, you need to talk to your doctor about interactions with other medicines though, because it can interact with antibiotics, your thyroid medicine, your diuretics. So you have to space it out from other medicines about 2 to 4 hours.
And the cream is a joke. You have to get that in, right?
Because it's expensive. I looked up the cream.
I saw the cream.
I'm taking the pills in my
The studies have shown mostly placebo effect because our skin is not designed to absorb magnesium through. Now, massaging something into the skin can help relieve muscle cramps and such. So there's no harm in trying the cream, but if it's expensive, I would try the pills first. But talk to your doctor before starting anything.
Good to know.
Okay, we got a lot of magnesium questions answered. Okay,
Yay.
you can find out much more with Dr. Kohli on 9news.com/Dr. Kohli.